Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever or whenever you guys are watching. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. My name is Alan for those of you who don't know, and this is my personal finance channel on YouTube. So for those of you who are new here, there was actually a video that I posted on budgeting about 2 years ago, and I said I was going to make some more videos on personal finance, but got caught up in school and all of that. But now we're back here to give you guys some more tips. And today, I'm going to tell you guys how I can save up to 60% of my income from my first job after graduation using these 5 key simple steps. Why don't we get right into it? So the first tip that I have for you guys today is to either look at moving in back home with mom and dad or your siblings, or either that or look at getting a roommate. Now, although I recognize it's not possible or feasible maybe for everyone to move back in with mom and dad back home to be able to lower their expenses literally to zero, if you do have the opportunity to, I would strongly consider it. Moving in back home after university can definitely help you to be able to pay down your student loan, for example, can help you build up some savings while working your job where you may not be earning so much at the moment. For me, for example, even though I'm living at home, I'm still paying somewhat of my bills. I help out with rent a little bit here and there. I buy some groceries when I can. I pay for gas when I need to. But it definitely helps out knowing that it's subsidized, because living at home compared to living where I am in Canada, where my cost of living is quite high, renting out would be pretty expensive, almost double or triple the price. So with the money I'm able to save, I'm able to use a lot of it into my investments, for example, which we can get into in other videos. But yeah, just being able to live at home is definitely something that's helped out. If you're unable to do that, no worries. Maybe look at try to have a roommate if you don't have one already. There's something also known as house hacking, where if you own your own house, which I'm guessing not many of you do if you're watching and you're part of my demography, you can rent out each of the rooms. That will lower your mortgage payment, for example, if you have one, and will allow you to save some more money and have a little bit of a buffer for yourself. Alright, so tip 2 that I have for you guys is to look at cutting down on your spending on entertainment expenses. Ladies and gentlemen, for entertainment expenses, we have trade-offs here. Let's look at our example here. Let's say you're looking to go to Europe. Well, that's something that's not going to be cheap at all. I've done it personally, and it costed quite a pretty penny. But by cutting down on some entertainment expenses, it was able to help me accelerate the way I got to my trip. For example, I've always not been someone that likes to eat out that often. I try to go once, maybe twice a week, which is pretty average. But I know people who will go for lunch out every day for work and spend $8 to $10 thinking it's not that much. Well, over time, that adds up over time and limits the amount you can save. If you're not saving as much, unfortunately, it's going to take you longer to get to the goals you want to. And it means you'll be able to do the goals and dreams you want less frequently because you'll have less disposable money available to you. Again, it's all a choice, but being proactive and giving yourself the opportunity to evaluate what you're currently doing lets you best decide what spending best aligns with you so you can do the things that you most want to do. If you're lost right now for entertainment and you're only eating out for those reasons, here's some things that I might suggest trying out at the beginning. Go play some tennis with some friends, grab some friends together and do that. Try joining a group class at a gym like yoga or racquetball, for example. Maybe go for a hike, that's free. Go for a run on the beach, chill out there, or journal. You can also go and just sit at home and chill with your friends, maybe watch a movie at home. Or try to earn some money, maybe make a business on the side, and maybe you might make a buck or two off of it in the end. Alright, so moving on to tip 3, we have limiting the amount of subscriptions you pay for on a monthly basis. So this is actually similar to number 2 of cutting down on your entertainment expenses, in the sense that with subscriptions, when you're paying for them on a monthly basis, you may be subscribing to things that give you the same value or utility and may be overlapping each other. Or, at the same time, you may not even know you're spending on these over the past couple months. You may have signed up for a free trial, for example, for Amazon for $9.99 a month for Prime, being free for the first 3 months. And then afterwards, you decide just to ignore it, and every single month this is racking up on your credit card statement. So, now you're stuck paying about $10 a month for something that you're not even using at all. What I would suggest looking into, if you want to keep your subscriptions, it's great. Just make sure you look at the ones that provide you the most amount of utility. Ones that you use the most frequently are probably the most suggested. So for example, if you use Apple Music, which is what I like to use a lot, it's about $6.99 a month. I use that for all my songs and I find that provides the best value. But I also have Amazon because it provides me lots of other value. So I got Prime Video, Prime Music, and Amazon deliveries, which is great, 3 for 1, as well as some Twitch benefits, which I don't really use, but it's there as a bonus. So in sum, if you're looking for subscriptions, make sure you find the ones that give you the most utility, as well as the ones that overlap and have multiple benefits so you can get the most value of it, leading you to have less subscriptions and increasing the amount of savings you have. All right, so our second to last tip of the day is to avoid or delay making instant gratification purchases right away. With the rise of the internet, like places like Amazon, for example, or eBay, it's never been easier for any of us to get stuff that we wanted to. And diapers, for example, you can literally get Prime delivery and it will be there in 2 days. You got headphones? No problem. You can pick up from the store from ordering online. You got a Switch? It's easy. Even a TV they can bring all the way to your house. Well, with the rise of that, as well as lots of options to be able to pay, thanks to sites like Afterpay now, which allow you to pay in installments, it's never been easier than ever to be able to buy anything that you want and feels affordable in quick force payment installments. Now, if we're thinking about it, don't be so naive to this. Companies, after all, have to make a profit, and they want you to have the easiest time because, after all, convenience pays for companies. So, what would I suggest doing in this to not fall into these traps? Well, for one, you can establish a schedule or have a time frame for the amount of days you want to wait. Maybe wait 3 to 5 days before you purchase something. So, if for me, for example, I see a PS4 video game that I want to buy, and yes, I know I'm out of date since the PS5 has been out forever, I'll say, hey, maybe I'm going to wait about a week before I buy this. Is it really worth it? Even if there's a sale, I might look beforehand that, okay, is this something that I'm really going to need, or am I just buying this out of impulse and because I see it's a sale? So, tip number 4, avoid those impulse purchases and set a schedule or a time frame before you buy something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've almost made it to the end of the video. We've got one last tip, but before I get there, I just wanted to thank all of you for watching the video if you've made it all the way to this point. If you want to see more videos, please make sure you subscribe and like the video, as well as check out some other videos that may have been made. But getting on to our last tip, it is simply practicing minimalism with intention. So you may be wondering exactly, what the hell is this minimalism type of junk? Minimalism, cut down to the core, is essentially, for me at least, cutting down the things that bring you absolutely no value or that you consider junk, and only spending on things that bring you value and add on to your purpose. In North America, we're currently in a consumeristic society, so what this looks like is I need to buy stuff because I have money. Now that I've bought stuff, I don't have space for it in my house, so I need to get a storage unit for it. Now that I have a storage unit, I have some more space, so why don't I buy some more stuff and store it there? And now that I'm out of space, I'll just continue on this cycle until I'm sad and in debt. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a really bad habit because eventually if you continue on this way, you can't build your way out of debt. You're going to be stuck there and creditors are going to be coming after you, which is what we want to avoid. So all we have to do is simply look at the spending, take some time and figure out, is what I'm spending on a day-to-day basis truly bringing me value and bringing me happiness and fulfillment in my life? If it's not, find stuff to cut out. We talked about trade-offs earlier with a Europe trip, for example. Look at your long-term goals and see, is the spending that I'm doing contributing to that? So now you know my 5 key steps for being able to save about 60% of my income every single month. I hope you guys can take 1 or 2 key takeaways from here and implement them into your own lives. After all, it is personal finance, so not all of these are going to work for you, as I said earlier. But one thing I want you guys to just keep in the back of your mind is just to be intentional with your spending and making sure every dollar that you're spending has a purpose. That's the way you're going to be able to find fulfillment with your money and make sure it lasts in the long run. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.